Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Here we are. Finally, it's just parlays with Chris King. I'm your host of the show, Scott Steehn, lead handicapper at winnersandwhiners.com. Chris, a little technical glitch. We still don't know what the hell happened because it's a little inside baseball here. How we do this? There's a studio. We each enter the studio. We usually find each other there under the guise of today's show. We were both doing that, and both of us texting the other one going, where the hell are you? Because for some reason, we both showed ourselves in the studio, but yet we were not connecting. So you did what everyone our age does. You turned your computer off and turned it back on, and lo and behold, it was magic. Here we are.
Yeah, I don't understand what the issue was, but then again, the way this stuff works, half the time you don't know if it's going to cooperate. I mean, we used to get reverb and everything else all the time for no apparent reason. So,
generally speaking, it's a pretty good platform, but this is the first time we've had a real major glitch like that. So it's good to be here. That's just our excuse. We don't want to spend 4 more minutes telling you why we're 4 minutes late. So it's good to be here.
Like it.
Big X in the house. Big X. Every time I do that, I think of Dante Hall, the X Factor. And
of course, you'd have to go to an ex-chief for that.
Well, he was the X Factor, dude. That's what they called him.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
I always think of when somebody's actually legitimately hurt in wrestling, they throw that up to end the match and make sure they get some medical attention out there.
I've never seen that. Goddamn, we've been doing the show 5 minutes. I've already learned something new. That's fantastic.
Good start to the week.
That's what I shoot for. Buddy. So how'd your weekend go? You commented that you hadn't heard from me all weekend. Usually we're texting back and forth, and I didn't text much. I've been fighting a toothache, so hopefully I'm going to get that taken care of this week. I told you before, I broke a tooth about a month ago.
Right.
Like broke in half, and surprisingly it didn't hurt, but now it started to hurt. So I think
now it's back with a vengeance.
Yeah, it is. And it has a lot to do with the pressure, like sinus pressure. So if the barometric pressure would change, it'd probably be fine because it's been fine for a month. But anyway, good to see Marlowe in the house. How about those Pirates? How about those Buccos?
Yeah, I mean they gave Tampa Bay all they wanted in that series. I know they didn't come up on the positive side of the ledger any of those games, but still, they pushed Tampa Bay to the limit. They went to extra innings on Friday. They lost in walk-off fashion on Saturday, and they hung tough against McClanahan yesterday.
Yeah, 4-2 loss. The other two were one by one run, so close Pirates. And I think the fact that they're third place in the Central, I think that's legit. So
yeah, I mean, I was impressed that the Cubs took 2 or 3 from the Cardinals. Especially on the road. Right, and then there's the Reds. The Reds had some fun at the Giants' expense over the weekend too. So
yeah. Rise in the house, right? Cape here. What's good, fellas?
Not the Phillies because they screwed me over because the Padres bullpen decided that they wanted to play Philadelphia's bullpen yesterday.
Bad. I had that straight up. I love that pick with Darvish on the mound at -130. I thought that was free money. Darvish was okay. Gave up 3 over 6. They still had the lead when he left.
Yep. And 3 batters later, it was gone.
Yeah. Walk, single, boom. Bye-bye. And it didn't help that the Padres decided they'd score runs in the first few innings and then not score anymore. So,
yeah, that's kind of like what we saw from Toronto. They scored 3 in the top of the first and then didn't score the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm. Thoughts on the Boston money line and the Cleveland money line? I got to tell you, I did my play of the day. By the way, my play of the day is pretty much void. So if anybody to watch my video, never mind.
What was it? I didn't see it yet.
It was Boston at +168 going up against Toronto.
Yeah, Gaussman.
Well, that was part of it, but the other part was it was going to be Michael Wacha.
Oh, yeah, and then they switched it now.
Right. And apparently right after I did the pick, they switched the pitching matchup. Because I woke up this morning and it's Seabold.
Yeah, who's coming up from Worcester. Or no, is he coming up from Pawtucket? I can't even remember.
Worcester, Mass.
Welcome to Worcester.
Hey,
look at that, Scott. Broncos saying that Carlos Santana has been traded. Look at that. They're going to call up Vinny Pasquantano.
God damn it. Finally? Rice says we always beat Darvish. Well, you didn't beat Darvish. You beat the bullpen.
Yeah, you beat Nolan Krismat.
Yeah. Krismat was awful. So
yeah, the Mariners have acquired Carlos Santana and the ever-popular Cash in exchange for right-handers Wyatt Mills and William Fleming.
Terrific.
And they also designated Ronald Bolanos for assignment.
Oh, the Royals did Bolaños.
Yeah, I mean, is anybody really, concerned about that?
Interchangeable shitty relievers. So Bronco breaks the news here. Very good.
Oh, bummer. I didn't know that. Did you see that Reed Detmers got optioned back to AAA?
Yeah. Scott and I were talking about that.
That's a real bummer. There goes another guy that we like to fade.
Yep. Rice says Walker must not be vaccinated. Dude, I checked the list. I checked the injury report before I made that because I was trying to, for the life of me, figure out why it was 160 plus with the two pitchers that matched up pretty well together with one team that was better than the other. So I poked and prodded around a little bit and I couldn't find anything. So yeah, Bronco says Padres killed his parlay. Welcome to the club, buddy.
Yeah, look at a couple other guys that aren't playing for Boston. Jaron Duran, who they've had called up and has been their leadoff man. Tanner Houck is also not making the trip because he's unvaccinated, so their closer's gone.
Well, see, no, dude, they don't put any of that shit on the fucking injury report.
I have to see if I can find anything about Waka and see if that's what it is or not.
The only day-to-day player I show on the injury report is Enrique Hernandez. That's it. Everybody else is a pitcher. That's fucking weird. Oh, so anyway, disregard my play of the day. Fuck.
No, this says Waka's supposed to pitch tomorrow.
That's bullshit.
According to this article here, it says they'll be calling up Yolmer Sanchez and Connor Siebold from Worcester ahead of Monday's season opener. He'll make second start of his career against Gaussman. While Sanchez is expected to take the place of Jaron Duran, Siebold will take Tanner Houck's place. And then it says he'll be followed by Waka Tuesday and Pavetta on Wednesday.
Okay. Well, obviously that wasn't up last night. I did my due diligence.
No, this was posted earlier today.
Yeah. Sometimes you just get burned. As far as that game goes, Chris, you got any thoughts on it? Are you doing it later?
I actually like Toronto because I just figured they're playing at home. They're pissed off after the way they played yesterday. And I know I didn't like it as much until I saw this morning that it was going to be Siebold.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what to expect from this kid. He could be good. He could be terrible.
Yeah. You know what? I'll still take I'll take a plus money shot. I'll still take it. Not with as much enthusiasm as I had it yesterday when it was Waka pitching, but
yeah, I would have liked it a lot better if it was Waka myself.
Maybe redo my play of the day. I don't know, dude. I'm a little busy. Plus, by the time I get it up,
it'll be game time anyway.
I might put up a special addendum or whatever. I don't know. I just pissed off. Broncos has Benintendi is next. I totally agree with that.
They could get some good pieces back for him.
Yeah, I agree. He's having a decent season for sure. It's breakup time. I've been hitting MLB overs. Triple A.
No, minor league.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
didn't know you could bet on Triple A.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've never seen lines for it anywhere. So
they're out there, buddy. Nice job, Bronco. Find it. Yeah, find that advantage, buddy.
Yeah, I bet you're fading Jonah Adon down there too.
No shit. Okay. I was looking at seeing if we're going to do a show for the 4th of July or not. Looks like Jim wrote me back and said, looks like we probably will, but maybe we can do it. We'll do it in advance. So it won't be live.
How can you do it in advance?
The way I do my video every day.
Oh, but I mean, if you want to know pitching matchups and stuff for the 4th.
Yeah, you will.
Not necessarily, because even like right now, Pittsburgh's still listed as TBD.
Well, yeah, there's going to be some glitches, but I think for the most part, Oh my God.
At least I think Pittsburgh's still TBD. They were TBD earlier.
Hey, anybody want to know what the view looks like from my computer? There it is. Whoa.
That is fantastic.
There we go. That's better. I don't like the up the nose view. So he does it on Bovada. Yep, Bovada's got him for sure. I've got Bovada as well. So very good. Blue Jays over. What was the other game they asked about? Oh, Cleveland, Minnesota, Cleveland, McKenzie against Gray. Ever since I started driving the Tristan McKenzie hype train, he has been nothing but suck. So
I've noticed that pattern happening with you.
Yeah. Who was it?
Scuba.
Truex yesterday in the race
him too.
Where Reichel just went off about Truex. He's done, doesn't have it in him, blah blah.
Yeah,
blah.
He's gonna quit. He's
fucking ran top 5 all day long. I'm like, yeah, Truex obviously a big fan of the show.
He's one of the 6 people that tune in live,
folks. So McKenzie, horrible last start against Minnesota. Man, that could be something.
Of course, I think his opposing number in that game was Gray, and he wasn't good either.
No, that was a 11-10 victory. McKenzie goes 4 1/3, gives up 6 earned on 9 hits and a walk. 3
Gray gave up 4 3 earned on 8 hits. Yeah, and four innings. So
they've won 4 straight of his starts. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I remember that Colorado Minnesota game, and I remember the Baltimore game where he gave up 5.
Yeah, on 3 hits.
Yeah, I know.
He's got to cut down on giving up homers though, because in his last 5 starts, he's given up 10.
There's my dog. No dog there. Lean over without seeing what the weather. I haven't seen what the weather's doing, but
I actually leaned towards Cleveland just because I can't trust Sonny Gray. I know that he's pitched all right.
Yeah.
Game time temperature expected to be about 74 degrees, winds blowing towards the right field corner about 11.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm fine with that. Truex screwed me out of cash on my Hamlin stage 1 winning ticket. Yeah. Crystal says going with the Jays and the Red Sox full game over 9. Yep.
Yeah, why not?
Bogart's 2+ bases and Kirk 2+ bases.
Kirk has been a real revelation when it comes down to, guys that you're like, who the hell is this guy?
Right.
Putting up good numbers, because when the season started, I don't think anybody said, hey, who's going to be carrying the Toronto Blue Jays come the end of June? Alejandro Kirk.
Yeah.
Yep. I swear he's like the catcher version of Bartolo Colon. He's 5'8" and 265.
Nice.
So think about Karl Malone in weight, only about a foot shorter.
All right, buddy. Well, championship in Denver, first of 2. Yeah.
What are the Nuggets going to win one? Are the Denver Zephyrs back?
I was going to say that. Yeah, the Avalanche may get another one next year. Maybe there 2. Is he talking about football? Oh fuck, Bronco! Don't be day drinking, buddy. Don't start off day drinking. Come on now.
Well, he didn't say this year. He just said first of 2.
Good point.
So I mean that's open ended. It could be 2037.
Fair enough.
And then be like, yeah, there's number 2.
Lex Steele in the house. Good to see Lexi out there. Bronco says TBD has a great slider. He's got good stuff. Been disappointing so far, but good stuff.
Yeah, his changeup has been hammered all over the park, though.
Crystal says in our household, he's Captain Kirk. Outstanding.
Well, don't tell Shatner. He'll be knocking on your door.
In my household, I always feel like the guy wearing the red uniform.
Mr. Expendable.
It's never going to end well for that guy. That's for sure. Playoffs.
Are you kidding me?
Well, you make the playoffs. What, they take half the teams in the NFL now in the playoffs?
Yeah, but I mean, it could be tough to be in the upper half of the AFC. I mean, the NFC, they got 3 teams, and then there's a whole bunch of teams that'll probably be 9 and 8.
Yeah. There's you got a bunch of good teams in the AFC. It seems like all the good quarterbacks are there.
Yeah, I mean, now you still
got Rodgers, and I guess Stafford if you want to count him, Brady. But what else you got in the NFC? What am I missing? Troy Aikman.
Fran Tarkington.
Yeah, exactly right. So let's get rolling, buddy.
All right. Yeah, well, real exciting stuff. Like Scott said,
we like to start late and then stall. So
yeah, the Avalanche won last night, so we don't have any more hockey until October.
That was a good game. I tried to call that one Tampa Bay, and the Denver goes back and wins it at home. But Darcy Kempfer, buddy, stepped up at the right time.
Yeah, and Bronco says the AFC West will all make the playoffs. No
Raiders.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. And that's
Okay,
not a slight on the Raiders. It's just the fact that there's other good teams in the conference that'll get those wild card spots.
mine's a total slight on the Raiders.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Three teams make it, right? 3 wild card teams make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not all coming out of the West.
Yeah, I could see maybe 2.
Okay. Yeah, I think 2 for sure. I don't hate it, Bronco. It might be worth a spin if you can get a price on that, if that's a bet. I'm trying to think who you've got that's going to compete. It's possible. The only problem is they beat up on each other.
Yeah, that's a big concern because
the Raiders were the same Raiders team, but in the AFC South, then
they'd win the division and nobody would care.
I might go along with you, but I learned something. Turn computer off, then on. Yeah, absolutely right. And he had to put it's a joke in case we decided to do it right now, and all of a sudden the show went dark.
But what do you think about?
Chiefs won't make the playoffs. Oh, I might.
I know it's early for football, but I mean, what do you see as the teams coming out with wild cards in the AFC?
Well, that's what I'm trying to think of. You've got I do think the Chargers and the Broncos have a great chance to make the playoffs. And of course, the Chiefs as well. Will the Chiefs win the division? I mean, probably, but one of these years it's got to stop. But as far as this being the year, I don't know. We'll see what's up with the defense. I think the offense is going to be fine. We'll see what's up with the D. As far as
I think Baltimore is due to bounce back. I mean, they were playing well until Jackson got hurt, and then they lost a whole bunch of close games down the stretch.
So that's going to be my prediction for wild cards. Is I think 2 from the West make it, and 1 from the North. I don't know if Cincinnati wins the division or Baltimore wins the division, but I think the other team makes it as a wild card.
What about Cleveland? Do you think Cleveland is dead?
Dead. I don't know. What are you going to do for quarterback, buddy?
Well, I mean, they haven't ditched Baker Mayfield yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I figure it's coming. I think everybody thinks it's coming.
Rice says Dolphins, Chargers, and Steelers are your wild card team. What's up?
I'll believe that when Tua throws against throw the ball more than 8 yards down the field.
Hey, let me ask you this: did you see the play yesterday in the College World Series where they called him out on interference?
Yeah,
it's brutal. Not just the runner out, but the guys had to go back to their original bases.
Yeah, I think it was a poor call, but
I mean, it's by the letter of the law, it was the right call. But I don't understand. Even if he's out, so let's call the runner out and say the throw beat him or whatever. The interference had no effect on the scoring at home.
Right.
I don't know why you have to reset the other 2 runners. If you want to call the guy out on a technicality because he was inside the base pad, which was fucking ridiculous. I mean, I totally agree. Tim says Ole Miss money line was easy money. Well, yes and no, Tim. It was easy money because they overturned that call.
Yeah, I think I was surprised that Oklahoma pulled Hudson because he was pitching pretty well.
Yeah.
And then to lose on back-to-back wild pitches by the reliever. What was this, the Oakland A's last week?
Yes. I was reading Lex here. Sorry, bud. He said some guy had a futures parlay for the playoff winners in the NFL, NHL, and NBA. And when the Avs won, $500,000. Woo!
Good return when you can get it.
That is very good. Rice Shell feels a little better with his Arkansas parlay. Dude, I had the Arkansas future. So, yeah, I guess. Never feels good.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, you go, well, you lose the team to beat them, one on to win the whole thing. And I get the logic there. Personally, once it's dead, I don't give a fuck what happens.
And AJ says the Italian nightmare is coming to the Royals. He must be talking about Pasquantino.
Oh, yeah. I'm anxious to see him play. I might have to go to a game, buddy.
Good seats still available.
That's every year they have it like a different slogan. It's like, be royal or whatever. That should be our slogan this year. Good seats still available.
I saw that they had a package where you get tickets for like $10 and parking was $10 and
yeah, they're the best night because they do dollar night on Fridays with the dollar dogs, dollar peanuts, and dollar.
Oh, that's a good deal then.
So we went out there one time and there was a rain delay, like 2 hours, and everybody left. So when they started, and we were literally walking out, and they announced it was going to be another half hour. So we stayed, But there was it was one of those games where it was 11:30 at night and there's 1,200 people in the stands. They had all these hot dogs, dude. They were just walking up and down the aisles like fucking throwing dogs, free. You want a hot dog here?
Free's even better.
How many you want? So give me my son just fucking gored. It turned into a hot dog.
I can see Truman eating about 12.
I think he probably had 7 or 8. I think I had 3, which I could feel the nitrites going in my body like a hot dog. So I tend to not just stay away from those. But yeah, good times. It's a great time to be a Royals fan as we finally start our second half surge here.
with the Omaha Storm Chasers lineup.
It's okay. It's all right. All right, let's do some games.
All right.
Rip it and rip it, buddy. By the way, wife's going to be on the show tomorrow. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about the Tour de France. If you guys like cycling, you want to know some good angles, maybe a long shot or two, check out tomorrow's show. My wife will be there.
Provided you're not in a coma after getting that tooth pulled.
I don't know. I haven't heard back from me yet. I got a bad feeling. I'm not going to go early. I'm not going to go before the shows.
Oh, you go after the show?
Oh yeah. No,
I didn't know if they could get you in that late because I know a lot of times they're like, no, fuck that, man. I'm going home at 2:00 to go play golf.
Well, we're gonna find out if they'd ever text me back. Right now, it feels all right.
Bronco said he wouldn't like parlaying someone winning a title and then lose it on a New Mexico State basketball first half bet.
Well, it worked out. Tour de France offers lines. Oh yeah. And in fact, a lot of European books have lines like on stage winners. They have lines on who wears what jersey. Whether you're king of the mountains or you're the.
Will Joe Blow wear pants,
dude? It's
minus 270.
Cycling worldwide is more popular than NFL football.
I thought you were going to say soccer. I was just going to see, if people.
Nope. Top 5 though. It's close.
And look at that. Frank White said this ex-Royal second baseman, chiming in saying that we're the best show on the network.
Thanks, Frank. Number 20. Always in our memories. Thank you, Frank. Do you know the screenshots are fuzzy? This one's fuzzy. What is it?
It's not fuzzy to me.
Let me look. I blow it up. Oh, dude, it looks fine.
Okay, good.
But I had to. I'm on a 15. I'm looking at a 15-inch laptop, so I have to blow everything up. I have to.
Well, I usually have it. I have the font set at like 20 because that's what Jim said was readable.
All right, so sorry, Bronco. I think that's a you thing.
And to my comment about Joe Blow Joe Blow wear pants. Lex said Joe Blow wears a kilt, so that's why Noah is a prohibitive favorite.
Ooh, kilt racing. I don't know, man. That's a. I don't know. I don't know those guys in kilts. I'll tell you what. Do you ride a bike? You ever ridden a bike? I mean, after as a kid, do you still ride?
Yeah, I got a mountain bike.
Okay,
don't really need it for the mountain road or the mountains around here, but
I haven't been on a fucking bike that goes anywhere in 40 years probably. But I rode enough on my 10-speed to know how fucking impressive that is. Those guys ride 120 miles for 23 out of 25 days. I think they have 2 rest days in there and just get up and crank.
And then you got the altitude changes.
You're either going up a mountain or you're coming down a mountain going 70 miles an hour. So
watch out for that tree.
It's never going to replace like the Big 4 for me, but I will watch it with my wife. Now it's on 6 hours a day for 3 weeks. So she's fucking dead to me for 3 weeks from the first. And it really starts like right around our anniversary. Our anniversary is the 2nd. It always starts right around there, and it goes through almost the end of July. So I don't see her much. She's locked into watching.
So it's work and Tour de France,
dude. That's it. That's all it is. And she knows her shit. I sent her some questions about stuff we're going to talk about, and she fucking rattled this shit off with no notes and everything. You guys are going to be impressed. You think I'm having her on there just to have my wife on and like, oh, it's a little fun fucking family show. It's the real fucking deal. She is the shit when it comes to Tour de France. So how about that for pumping her up? Let's talk about the Dodgers, buddy. Over the Rockies. Dodgers 45-26. Good on the road. 11 over. Yeah. Colorado Rockies. Yeah, the best you can say about them is they're better at home than they are on the road. They're still not great.
Or if you want to paraphrase Harry Doyle from Major League 2,
I don't.
The best thing we can say about them is, well, at least they're not from Canada.
There you go. Dodgers scoring some runs. They've been a little chilly lately, but they're still first in the majors, 5.13 per game.
They seem to get it back together once they started playing the Reds last week.
Yeah, That helped a little bit. And
Well, I guess facing the Reds, pretty much everybody can get healthy.
yeah, you got a lot on here. Basically, for me, it's just Anderson versus Cool, a better team versus a team going absolutely nowhere in the Rockies. I think the Rockies are better than people thought they would be, but it's like when you eat something like, well, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought it would make me throw up. Instead, I just didn't like it. So not a huge difference there. I'm okay with the run line here, minus 130.
I was kind of hoping there'd be better value to it, but
yeah, Dodgers, they've figured that out. Dodgers getting 9 at bats in Coors Field. You're not going to catch much value. So 55.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it was a -2 is at minus 108, and if you got to minus 2.5, then you got the plus money.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to chase that much to try to get the
because
value.
With a if you're 6-2 or whatever going into the 9th inning, you're not necessarily going to see the A squad coming out of the bullpen. So you may have a guy trying to get some work that gives up a couple runs before the Dodgers right the ship. So I'm a little reluctant to lay 2.5.
Yeah, that was my thought process.
This way, I'd lay 2.5 before I take Colorado straight up.
Oh, there you go. What about the total? Because it's 11.5.
I like the under.
That's what I was thinking, because I looked, and I think Cool has like a 328 or 329 earned run average at Coors this year.
Yeah, he's been decent.
Over 27 and a third. And he's actually got 3 quality starts there, so you figure it out.
Yep. Agreed. All right, what else we got?
Let's see.
By the way, if you're counting at home, 4 of Cool's last 6 have gone under.
There you go. Tim says it's a bad spot for the Dodgers coming off an 11-inning game and then having to travel across the country. Well,
I get that. It's a night game. They're coming from
Atlanta,
Colorado. Flew in late last night. Yeah, it's not ideal. I still think they're a better team though. But Tim brings up an excellent point. Is something to keep an eye on. If you're looking for a reason to play Colorado, if you're looking for an upset, not a bad reason right there. Colorado was at home, and they
no, they weren't. They were in Minnesota.
I'm sorry, that's right. They were in Minneapolis. You're right. So they had to travel as well. Yeah, I like it less there. Anderson's won his last 8, 7.
Yeah, he's 8-0. Yeah,
I'm fine with that. So all right, Rangers over the Royal. What?
I based this one solely on the pitching matchup because, you're talking about Bubic, and I know people are like, hey, he's pitched good lately. Yeah, his ERA is still over 7.
Yeah. It was good news and bad news. Good news is my ERA went down 3 runs. Bad news is it started at 10. So,
on the bright side, you could point out that his FIP is only 536.
I could, but I won't.
I was trying to be good. Trying to come up with something positive here.
Martin Perez, there's in a season of surprises. Martin Perez certainly has to be mentioned in the same voice as some of the other big surprises, right? He has been outstanding.
Blanked the Phillies over 6 innings in his last start. The start before that, he gave 1 run over 7 innings to the Rangers. He had that blip couple starts ago against the White Sox, that game where he got roughed up, gave up 7 runs on 12 hits in 5 innings. But other than that, every other start in his last 10, he hasn't given up more than 2 earned runs.
11 of his last 12 is 2 runs or less. So yeah, he gave up 3 runs, 3 earned back-to-back to start the season, and then has given up just more than 2 runs once after that.
Yeah, he beat the Royals on May 10th at Globe Life Field. He did give up 4 runs in that game, but only 1 was earned on 5 hits, in 6 1/3 and a 6-4 win.
Yeah.
And let's face it, I know, like I said, Bubic has pitched okay.
Better.
But he's still averaging less than 4 innings a start, even with this massive offensive or depth barrage of going 6 innings.
Well, part of that is he's had a problem. He had 1 start, he went 2/3 of an inning. 1 start, he went 1/3 of an inning, and another start, he went 2 innings. That's gonna knock that fucking average down. But I will say this: he's pitched he's gone 6 or more 4 times.
4 times. I see 1. I see he went 6 innings once.
I was looking at hits, not innings.
Okay, I thought I was looking at the wrong screen.
Yeah, his longest outing of the season was last time when he went 6, gave up 2 earned, and I believe that's going to be his only quality start. Obviously, since he only went 6 one time. So, he's pitched better lately, but
Can you trust him?
No, but again, I'm always wrong when it comes to him. So, but I having said that, I like this play. Rangers. Let's face it, I think they're a better team than the Royals right now. I wouldn't have said that at the beginning of the season, but I think they're playing better ball, and they've got something that the Royals don't have. They have an ace in Martin Perez. Royals don't have that.
Yeah, that's something you wouldn't have said before the season started either.
Correct. Oh, absolutely not. So very good.
I okay. Look at Perez as a walk machine.
I'm okay with the run line here. Again, shit kind of tends to roll downhill for the Royals. They get behind, they start sending relievers in, and it doesn't generally go well. They're not a great come from behind team. So look at that as a live play too. If Texas gets up, you can start laying some big numbers, 2.5, 3.5, without any fear there.
Minus 72.5. But yeah, and if you look, Texas has won 28 of the last 36 against Kansas City. It's a pretty big number.
That really is, and I didn't realize that. When you ever remember how shitty Texas has been.
Right, that's what I mean. They've been shitty, and they still have beaten the Royals. 77.8% of the time.
Oh, did you do that in your head?
Yeah.
You liar.
I don't use a calculator.
Bullshit. Use a calculator there.
Nope. Divide by 4. On both of those, it gives you 7 and 2.
Do what?
If you divide 28 by 4, it gives you 7. If you divide 8 by 4, it gives you 2. 7 and 2 is a 77.8 winning percentage.
Okay. All right. Still not sure I'm buying it, but okay. I believe
Ask my wife. She'll tell you.
Let's move on.
Guess what? Now we get to get to the fun part of the show because there's nothing else to freaking talk about.
Hockey? That's all hockey?
No. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, we can probably find the Memorial Cup. I think that's still going on.
I don't know what that is, but sure.
That's the juniors, the OHL and the WHL and the QMJHL. All the kids that are going to be drafted next week.
Hang on. Nope. Almost cared.
What about the CFL?
What's that?
The CFL.
Canadian football? I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Oh, there isn't any today, so there.
You got anything on
Did you watch USFL over the weekend?
No. I went what did I do? I didn't do much. We messed around a little bit on we went out and did we just like family stuff on Saturday, went out to eat and jacked around because my granddaughter was at the other grandparents' house. So the girls went out and we did a little stuff and things like that. So it was fine.
So you're gonna see it's gonna be the Philadelphia Stars going to the title game. They upset New Jersey in the playoffs. So
heartbreaker.
Well, I mean, New Jersey, they lost the opener in the regular season, then they won 9 straight.
Okay.
And then they, and that just goes back. It's kind of like a continuation of what happened in the 80s because New Jersey had all those stars on their team when Donald Trump owned them, and Jim Morris Stars beat them back then too. So it's just 4 decades later, the story continues.
Chris, should I go see Kenny Chesney this weekend for free?
Well, if it's free, why not?
Because it's at fucking Arrowhead and it's going to be hot and it's going to be all day.
Oh, well.
Kenny Chesney, Old Dominion, Carly Pierce, Dan, and Shay. Man, if it was
how hot's it going to be?
I don't know. I have to look. I want to say 95 plus.
Ooh, well, then I might stay home.
I got to find out where the seats are. Plus, it's, $60 to park or whatever.
$60 to park? Jesus.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's make some money.
They charge that much to park?
Oh, yeah. More than that for 75 for the Chiefs games, I want to say.
Look at that. First 2 are ones we already talked about. The Dodgers and the Rangers. Makes it easy.
Okay. Don't be afraid of either one of those run lines.
Yeah. And like I said, I like the Blue Jays, especially when I saw it with Seabold. I don't know what we're going to get out of him.
Yeah. So I'm still pissed off about that game.
Understandable. So we'll just skip past it and talk about the Marlins.
Okay. Oh, with our newly acquired Carlos Santana.
No, that's the Mariners.
What's that?
The Mariners got Carlos Santana.
I thought Bronco said Miami.
No, he said Seattle.
You did?
Yeah, the Seattle Mariners.
Okay. I really thought he said Miami. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, Pablo Lopez on the hill against Adam Wainwright. Got a feel for the Cardinals. They're already short Genesis Cabrera. He's on the IL in the bullpen. Helsley didn't get to pitch yesterday. And then they had Jack Flaherty leave after 2 innings with shoulder stiffness, so they had to throw 8 innings out of the bullpen. in that game yesterday against the Cubs, which they promptly blew a 5-0 lead and lost in extras. You're going to have to rely on Wainwright to carry the load here. And the Marlins, they beat the Mets yesterday. Of course, I had to fuck everything up for people. Winning in walk-off fashion again by the score of, I think it was 3-2. And Lopez, he bounced back from a couple of rough outings, pitched well in his last start, which came against the Rockies. And we talked about that before. Remember, we talked about his first start against the Rockies when he left with 6 shutout innings and a 1-0 lead, only to lose 7-1. His last start, he went 7 innings, gave up 1 run, none earned on 4 hits, and a game that ended up 7-4. So Lopez has pitched well outside of that bad start he had against the Mets back on June 17th.
And we backed him there, so I blame myself for that.
We'll blame Rachel. He's not here.
No, I had him. I don't think it was an us pick. Okay. All right. That's solid.
I'm just looking at the Cardinals pen. Yesterday they used Junior Fernandez, Packy Naughton, Johan Oviedo, Zach Thompson, Nick Whitgren, and Jake Woodford.
Okay.
So they're down, they'll probably have Gallegos and Helsley available. And probably Genesis Cabrera because he hasn't pitched since Wednesday.
Depending on how many innings those guys pitch, they may have some of those other guys available too if they just went 1 inning.
Well, the only guy who threw less than 18 pitches was Woodford. He threw 4 because they brought him in to intentionally walk a guy and then got Yan Gomes to hit into a double play in the 10th.
Outstanding. All right, that's cool. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So if you were to play the money line on the Dodgers Rangers, 164, getting better than 3-2. But if you want to play the run line, which I think I kind of recommend, almost 3-1, 298 on $100. And the other side, you want to play the Blue Jays Marlins the easy way, even though you're still getting plus money for the Marlins there. So that's got a nice payday of 237. And of course, as you might expect, you want to lay 1.5, which anytime Chris, you see a positive number and you see Chris laying 1.5, he had to do extra work. So give him a break. But that pays almost 5 to 1, buddy. 488.
I think the minus or plus 1.5 was like minus 165 or something like that.
I'm sure. Very good. By the way, I lied. There's a cold front coming in. It's going to be warm the end of the week. It's going to be 84 on Saturday. Bad news is going to have scattered thunderstorms. So now I've got something else I got to fucking deal with.
That's like here. It's like, I think it's in the 80s today, and there's supposed to be an 80% chance of rain, but I haven't seen it yet because that's usually what fucking happens.
Bronco Devil says Carlos played better at Woodstock, the AA affiliate. That's outstanding.
I heard they were going to send him down to A-ball, but
he was fucking. I think he was 19 or 20 at Woodstock.
Sounds about right.
I looked at because I saw him. I saw him this year. I saw him a couple months ago here.
Yeah, I remember that you went to that show.
I'm like, wait a minute, that was like 53 fucking years ago, which that seems unbelievable anyway. But I'm like, how old is this? And he's like, yeah, I think he was 19 at Woodstock. Jesus.
Well, Woodstock was 69, so he would have been 20, 21, 22. He'll be 75 on July 20th.
There you go. Still really young.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Hendricks was young too. I mean,
I was in a band when I was 21. We were playing for like 20 people when we could get a gig. We weren't playing for fucking 300,000 at Woodstock.
You weren't playing for
No, whatever you're going to say, we weren't.
I was going to say you weren't opening for Don McLean.
Unless you're going to say angry crowds who just wanted to dance and we kept playing deep cuts of Rush, then no. The guy
I was going to say you weren't opening for Don McLean.
The guy, no, only once. The guys that I were with, they like to play Journey songs, but Journey before Steve Perry.
Ooh.
So we did like Spaceman and shit.
So stuff that nobody remembers.
Nobody's ever heard this shit. Stop it. So American.
Yeah, I can say that I like Journey, but I don't think I've ever heard Spaceman.
Yeah, look up some of the early with Neil Schon and Greg Raleigh and that stuff. It's different. It's got Greg Raleigh singing, who used to sing for Santana, by the way. All right. Enough about that. Let's move on. Got a 4-teamer?
Yeah. Okay. Let's start with Jose Ramirez over 1.5 total bases, because why not? You look at his numbers in the last 15 games. Ramirez is 23 for 62. It's a 371 clip. He's got 11 doubles, 2 homers, and 10 RBIs in that span. Pretty good numbers if you get right down to it. OPS of 1039, slugging 645 in that stretch. I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for Ramirez, you'd have to wonder who the hell else would you rely on in Cleveland's lineup to do anything.
Yeah.
You got anybody?
No.
All right, fantastic.
I really don't. I mean, he really is kind of a one-man wrecking crew.
I'm looking at the rest of their lineup here. Austin Hedges, Owen Miller, Andres Jimenez.
I don't hate Hedges, but he seems like he's just been a little inconsistent. And I haven't followed Cleveland a ton, so this is just all kind of anecdotal. So if somebody wants to come at me and go, no, he's really okay, it's possible.
No, you're right. He's hitting $160.
So I'll tell you who started strong, who was really good, was Miles Straw. And then he's fallen off the fucking cliff. And
he's hitting 202.
And the other kid, Stephen Kwan, blew it up against the Royals. He had a great series against the Royals. I think that was opening series.
He's at least hitting 286, so that's good. But
I forgot. And they've got Naylor. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he's only played 47 games.
Right. I forgot. I know he's been hurt. So
that's his problem. He can't stay friggin' healthy.
You're absolutely right. So other than that, that's about it for me.
Yeah, look at Franmil Reyes has got 14 RBIs in 40 games. I don't think that, but he struck out 67 times, so he's got that going for him.
Yeah, that's
Joey Gallo-esque numbers.
Yeah, it really is. You want to get Rachel on a rant? Ask him about Joey Gallo sometimes. Loves him. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stick with the Guardians over the Twins. I just think they're playing it.
We just spent 5 minutes roasting the Guardians. Like, yeah, I like them.
I just like him over the Twins because I can't trust Sonny Gray. I know he's got good numbers, but he's not going deep in games.
That's true. All right, very good.
And that's where I had to stick all these ridiculously overpriced games because of the fact that there's not a ton of games to talk about.
Right.
So there's the Yankees. I don't think I need to talk about Jordan Montgomery against Paul Blackburn.
Really? They have identical ERAs. Talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, Blackburn has fallen off a cliff since he started 5-0.
Yeah. Right.
Plus, the A's don't score any runs. We've talked about that before as well.
Yep.
You look in Blackburn's last handful of starts. We'll go back 5 starts. The A's have scored a total of 7 runs.
Yeah, I faded him last time out with Kirby on the mound, and that was one of the weird factors. It's hard to really count on that to happen, but when you start seeing it over like almost a half a season, you're like, well, maybe it's just going to be one of those years for Blackburn because, yeah, like you said, his last 5 starts, they've scored a total of 7 runs for him, and that ain't going to fucking help.
And 4 came in the one game he got a win in.
Correct, and he's been he got shelled last time out, but he's been serviceable 3 of the 5 before that, giving up 1 or none. Right. I don't know. I just don't like this price, dude. I'm not. It's one of those things where, like, I'm just not going to get involved with it. I'm not saying the A's will win. I'm just saying I don't want to. I just think if they play this game 4 times, I think the A's win more than once. I think they win 1.4 times or whatever.
1.4. We'll pick a random decimal.
Oh, I'm just saying that's how I feel about it.
Oh, I hear you. And then I put the Aces over the Sparks because
over.
The total is like 174-ish.
That's all I know about the WNBA. Aces playing over.
They actually went under the last time they played the Sparks.
I don't give a fuck. Over. Laying 7.5. How have the Sparks been? They suck? Are they good?
They're 5-8.
Okay.
The Aces are 13-4.
All right.
The Aces have won the last 8 meetings between these teams, winning by 6-4, 14, 28, 24, 8. And then the 2 meetings this season, they won by 28 and 17.
I like it. Big fan of that play. You want to play the 4 of those? 7-18 on $100, almost a little better than 7-1. You want to hit the dismount? You want to do the triple Lindy on your dismount and fucking stick the landing? You can double up your money. Better, almost double up your money. 14-1 on 100.
Lex, we differ on the Rangers game. You're taking the Royals?
Who is?
Apparently Lex is, because he said we differ on the Rangers game.
Okay. All right. Maybe he'd like Bubich to step up. Okay. Very good. I'm okay with that.
You are? Or is that just because you don't care because it's Bubich? You can't figure him out.
No, I mean, I get it. you got two shitty teams playing. One of them is going to win. We're banking on the Royals to be just a little shittier than the other shitty team, but they may not be. The other shitty team may be shittier tonight.
But I mean, how you can't really say Texas is terrible. They're only 3 games under 500. They're in second in the West.
I know,
which is probably more of an indictment on the West as a whole.
Yeah. Well, they don't play in that powerhouse American League Central like the Royals do. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's bad when you look at the West or you look at the East, and you've got 4 teams that are at least 8 games over 500, and then you got Baltimore, and then in the other 2 divisions, you've got 3 teams combined that are over 500.
Okay. Bronco says I could not pay him to come up and see Kenny Chesney with him. So, That sucks. I mean, I'm not.
I don't think you were offering to pay him, so
I'm not a huge Kenny Chesney fan. I can probably name like 2 or 3 Kenny Chesney songs, but that's it.
Yeah, what I know for sure is that song, Shift Work or whatever.
Yeah,
7 to 3, 3 to 11, blah blah blah. Well, it sucks for you fuckers that have to work those, same time every day or something.
Country isn't my main genre. It really has to be like I'll go see like almost any rock show. Any band that comes to town, you're like, I got a ticket, I'm going. I'll be there. But like country, I'm a lot pickier about what I want to go see because I just like I can listen to 4 rock bands all day long, no problem. 4 country bands, 3 of them that I don't really love. I don't know.
Have you heard of all 4 of them? Because there was a couple of them that I don't think I had heard of.
I've heard of the I can't remember what they were, but I've heard of the first 3 for sure. Oh yeah, I've heard of all 4 of them. Dan and Shay was the 4th one. It was Old Dominion, Dan and Shay, and yeah, I've heard of them.
Sorry, the only Old Dominion I'm familiar with is the Monarchs.
The trucking. Oh, I was like you're going to say the trucking company.
There's a trucking company too.
Yeah, Old Dominion Trucking.
Bronco said not just Chesney, just a country fest, and they put no in caps.
Fair enough. There's a lot of rockers that way. I mean, I've told you my country story before. I wasn't a country guy at all growing up. I was kind of forced to be a fan when I started traveling around the country doing stand up, and you'd be in these long stretches of fucking Oklahoma and Texas, and it'd be Jesus or country.
Yeah, pretty much. So
I kind of I wore out my CDs, so I'd be listening to at that point it was cassettes actually, but so yeah, I started listening to a little bit of country, and I wouldn't call myself a country fan, but there are a few country bands that I do enjoy, country acts, whatever.
Broncos emphatic no reminds me of Mr. Deeds when Adam Sandler owns the Jets, and the quarterback's like, I want a new contract. I'm not going to play for your fucking team until I get it. It's like, well, if you don't play well, can we pay you less money? And he's like, shit, no.
Right.
I mean, no.
Yeah. I'm never gonna disparage anybody for not liking country because I get it. It's a whole vibe, and it's really, if you don't dig it, that's cool. Now you say you don't like the Beatles, we got a fucking problem. But
yeah, we already covered that last week.
All right, how about a shot in the dark, baby?
All right, how about it? Well, we'll start with Aaron Judge. He walked off the two Yankees wins against the Astros over the weekend, and how about those Yankees getting no hits for like 15 plus innings, and then still managing to win yesterday.
Yep. Very good. I don't hate that. There's a reason you're laying 135. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Orioles. Can you believe it? The Orioles.
I don't.
It's Tyler Wells against George Kirby. And plus, they just picked up Santana. They got to work through that black magic woman crap. It's going to take the Mariners a couple days to get out of that. Plus, they lost yesterday. Did you see the brawl at Anaheim?
Yeah, of course.
It was pretty entertaining. I'll be interested to see what the fallout is from that. Are we going to see suspensions?
Yes.
Are they going to suspend the guy who friggin' threw all the sunflower seeds?
You have to. I
thought it was Amir Garrett until I realized he was on the Royals.
Is that Iglesias?
It might have been. Yeah, another ex-Red. There you go.
Yeah, because they used to play. They played together on the same team with Winker.
Yep.
And he was like the most fired up of anybody. He wasn't even involved in any of this shit, but he was fucking fired up, man.
I saw somebody then ordered a pizza on DoorDash and had it sent to the Mariners clubhouse for Winker after he got ejected.
I saw that as well. Very good.
I look for Tyler Anderson to go over 3.5 strikeouts. Shouldn't be that hard. It's the Rockies. Byron Buxton over 1.5 total bases. And Broncos, not that I don't like the Beatles. It's just that I like other bands better than them.
Yeah. Okay. I think my beef was more that you don't appreciate where they are in the pantheon of rock and roll.
It's not that I don't appreciate where they are. I'm just saying that they're not high. They're not at the pinnacle of my list of bands.
Okay.
I respect what they did. I don't
All
have to. I don't have to necessarily like everything they did.
No,
of course, I'm sure there's Beatle fans that don't like everything they did either.
No question about it. And like I said, there's other bands that I probably like better, but I still have to appreciate what they did for rock and roll.
Oh yeah, I appreciate what they did. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. There's Buxton, Mike Trout over. Yeah, sure.
The Nationals over the Pirates because we don't know who's pitching for Pittsburgh. Last I saw was, what the hell was this guy's name? I gotta look him up again.
Whoever it is, they're going to be good.
Osvaldo Bido.
Oh, fuck! Love that guy. Love that guy.
What do you know about him?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Not a thing.
In case you're wondering, if it is Osvaldo Bido, he's 1-4 with a 4.86 ERA and 16 appearances, 12 starts, over 50 innings this year for the Indianapolis Indians. The Indianapolis Indians in AAA. He's struck out 46.
Why aren't they the Guardians?
I don't know. He's walked.
Wait. The Pirates farm team is named the Indians?
Yep, the Indianapolis Indians.
What's the Cleveland farm team?
Buccaneers.
Oh, that's weird.
I'll have to look because it used to be Buffalo used to be their minor league team, but then Toronto took it over a few years ago. Oh no, they're Cleveland's minor league team, the Columbus Clippers.
Oh, well, they used to be the Yankees.
Yeah, I know. I think the Yankees. At least no, they're not Scranton WB.
Who was the AAA for the Yankees before Columbus? It was the Kansas City Athletics.
Yeah, the Yankees. I was wrong. The Yankees. My AAA team now is Scranton Wilkes-Barre.
Oh, all right.
The Rail Riders.
Sure. Sounds painful.
I remember what the fuck were they before? They weren't that. They were called something else.
I don't know. Probably.
We always just call them Scranton WB.
You like the Angels over the White Sox? I'm a fan of that as well.
Yeah. Have you seen how bad Giolito has been lately?
Not good. I
looked at the numbers when I wrote the game up. I'm like, holy crap, he has just really sucked.
He's back to his old Giolito ways. Now, here's one I might have a little bit of a problem with. It's Martin Perez over 4.5 strikeouts. The Royals, for all their faults, don't strike out a lot.
That's true.
I'd rather take them under walks.
I didn't see a prop for that, or I would have thrown it in.
Sonny Gray makes me feel fine. Twins over 4.5 strikeouts. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think Corey Seager, he's at even money to go over 1.5 total bases.
I could get that done in the first inning.
I was surprised that actually came up as an even money number.
Yeah, agreed.
Because I know Seager didn't start great, but he's been playing pretty well of late. He's up to
Seager lefty, right?
Yes.
So you're going up against the lefty. That's why you're getting plus money there.
Let's see what he's hitting against lefties this year, just out of curiosity.
620. Wow, that doesn't seem right.
Well, he's hitting 472. No, he's hitting 250, 20 for 80.
Okay.
3 doubles, 6 homers.
All right. So
he's barely got some pop against left-handed pitching.
Fair enough. All right. So if you wanted to play all 10 of those, you wanted to play them on the money line, you're getting a pretty good price there because the Orioles are plus money, and you've got another plus 100 prop in there. Pays 60 GER on $100. And if you wanted to execute that difficulty factor, you could knock it up by about 2.5 times, as your $100 would pay you $155,000. That'll buy you some fireworks for the 4th of July on $100. Chris, can you buy fireworks?
It won't buy you getting somebody out to fix your air conditioning in a timely manner, though.
It will not. Can you buy fireworks there in South Carolina?
Yeah, you can buy them right in Publix at the grocery store.
All right, like full strength fireworks. No, you have bottle rockets? You guys have bottle rockets?
Yeah, they got those. And then everybody opens up those fireworks stands pretty much at every friggin' corner.
Yeah, apparently, I really thought that you could have them open longer, but apparently it's just a week here in Kansas City because they were, as of last night, they were not open yet. All the tents were up, but none of them were filled. So,
and real quick, Lex saying, I know Chicago White sucks, but the Angels, Lex, if you look at Giolito's last 5 starts, He's given up 27 earned runs, 30 runs total over 25 2/3. That's an ERA of 9.47.
Not ideal.
He's given up 9 homers in that stretch. Opposing hitters have a 357 batting average.
There you go.
I can't put any faith in Giolito right now. You look in those starts, he's given up at least 4 runs in each of them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right, there you go. So that's going to do it for the show. That's going to do it for the 10 Mondays in the can. Chris took a little effort getting it started, but we got there, and we appreciate everybody stopping by to check us out. I didn't do any promos, Chris, so don't forget to like and subscribe both YouTube channels, Winners and Winers YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out the Great Deal at Caesars. Still got it going on. Video winners 15, first bet $1,500. The links are in the description, as is the code Video Winners 15. Chris and I have our parlay, have our premium picks available. Check those out.
Don't forget to watch everybody else on the Max Wagers Network.
That's right.
Higgs at noon.
Yep.
Midday Money.
Yep.
Then Morning Wood with Allie Burns at 1. Then that's us at 2. Then in a couple minutes, Scott will roll over to Studio B with Rachel for Back to the Window. Then at 4 o'clock, it'll be Sean Miller talking about everything going on in the world of
footy.
And then at 5 o'clock, the law firm of Nick, Tim, and Detroit Lenny will be with you with game time decisions to round out your evening, get you ready for everything going on around the sporting universe.
What more could you want? By the way, if you don't have the opportunity to watch us either live or on tape, maybe you're moving around doing something this week, maybe you got the week off or whatever, we are available in podcast form at all your major podcast platforms, so check that out as well. Hey, you guys have a great Monday. Hope everybody has a nice short week. Maybe you got some days off at the end of the week coming up, so it's going to be a short week for you. Hope that's the case. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you listening. Let's go out there and make some money today. Chris and I will be back to do it tomorrow. We'll be a little more organized, he said confidently. And we'll talk about many things.
We're blaming the technology for it because it wasn't our fault. We were both here.
That's right. We'll talk about a lot of shit, but we always bring it back at the end of the day and start really honing in on
just parlays.
There you go. We'll see you guys tomorrow.